for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello and welcome to Yet to be Determined Christmas Name 2017. I'm Isaac, and joining me, jolly as ever, and I don't mean that, that's not a reflection on his weight, but, you know,
No,
it's
but
Declan.
look, we all know what it is, okay?
You took it in a certain way, and I
Very
knew you would.
thinly veiled attack there.
Thinly veiled, did you say?
Yeah, very thinly.
Was that another comment?
And that was a comment on my own Freudian goals.
How are you? You feeling festive?
Not hugely, no.
Stop it. Why?
Well, because I'm still quite ill.
Oh, no. But that's normal, isn't it? The Christmas illness, they call it.
You make it sound like the Grinch or something, like Krampus.
That's it, yeah. That's the first sign. You get the Christmas illness, and then after that, it's all to play for. Well, look, don't bring us down, because I've been on trains. I've been on another type of train. I've had one hell of a day, let me tell you, so far.
Oh, well.
This will be coming out on Christmas Day.
That's
but
good to know.
I was talking about Christmas Eve, so don't go thinking that I was on trains on Christmas Day, because that would be mad.
Oh, I see.
As if there are any.
No. Not in this
Nonsense.
country, that's for sure.
So, look, let's start with a little reflection on, you know, what Christmas means to you. If this were a kind of the end, like third act of the Santa Claus 6, Tim Allen's still hanging on for dear life to a career that by all accounts should have faded into nothingness after Toy Story. But there he is, and he, you know, grabs you in his big portly arms and does that thing to your cheeks where it hurts, but hurts so like in a fatherly way, you know.
Right.
And he says, Declan, my boy, my son, you're the son of him in this fantasy. now.
Right, okay, yeah.
Tell me what Christmas means to you. And then he just smiles, like a really fixed smile. And you can hear the kind of creak of all his Botox.
Right.
And he waits for your answer, which is,
What does Christmas mean to me?
yeah. Now don't tell me you're telling Tim.
Okay. Well, Timmy.
Call him Santa Daddy.
Sorry, Santa Daddy. What Christmas means to me is a sense of a day where I know exactly what's going to happen at all times.
Okay.
And the comfort of that, combined with the comfort of gifts, means Christmas.
Okay. That's an odd angle to take then. For you, it's about the fact that there's a routine. Do you feel like there's a lot of chaos otherwise in your life?
I tell you
I
what,
would
from one
expect
day
that
to the
answer.
next, who knows what's going to happen?
That
Could I
sounds
be
like-
tutoring?
Yeah.
Could I be tutoring somewhere else?
It's mad, isn't it? It's all going crazy in North London.
No, I mean, I just have always enjoyed the comfort of Christmas and knowing what was going to happen.
If you were like to picture one image that for you, an image, it can be an image or like a small clip that would play for your like the screensaver for Christmas, what would it be?
What is that question?
Well, if you had like one image which sums up Christmas that would play as the screensaver in your brain, you know, when nothing's happening and your brain plays a screensaver, what would your Christmas one be?
I feel like you've jumped the gun in assuming I, like you, have a robotic mind that plays those growing pipes or that
That's it, yeah.
Lego maze or whatever the fuck it was.
I'm just asking what sums it up. What's the thing that you'll always remember? You think Christmas, you think, I remember when I was 6 staring up at Uncle Bob burning the turkey into the grave.
I suppose for me, it would be, well, the recurring memory I have is always of opening up this small pinball game.
Oh.
And
You
I
say
don't,
this small pinball game. Do you have it to hand as a
No.
prop? A Christmas festive prop?
and it'll be featuring later. No, I don't know. It was, I say this in a sense that it was very particular and I've never seen it since.
It just vanished the next day.
No, sorry, as
the
in,
ephemeral
I haven't
Santa.
seen it anywhere else since.
I see.
I mean, I don't actually have it any longer.
Oh,
But I think it was
down.
aliens themed.
Aliens, as in the
As
film.
in just
Just the guys.
the idea, the concept.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know why I remember that particularly, but
Was it something that you'd really wanted?
No, I don't think it was something I'd even asked for.
Was it something that you were happy with?
Very much.
Okay, so it's not like a disappointing.
No. I mean, we mentioned previously in one of our very early episodes about disappointing gifts. And that is another Christmas memory of my brother and I receiving jumpers from our aunts and just being so palpably disappointed in that kind of youthful ignorance of other people's disappointment. But yeah, I still remember this game. I don't know. I think it's just a moment in time where I remember everything about opening it. It's not just opening that present. I know kind of like where I was, which direction I was facing, who was there, what the living room looked like.
Citizen Kane style, when you emerge out of this life into the next, you're going to go, alien pinball game. People are going to spend minutes just thinking about what could he have meant, and then someone will just burn it incidentally.
Isn't it amazing to think that there's a chance just because I remember it so much that's the happiest I've ever been, and therefore ever will be.
That's very upsetting.
Why? What's your Christmas loop gift?
My Christmas screensaver gift thing.
Yeah.
It would probably be we have this song in my family that I've been trying to track down.
Oh, no.
I realise that can be dubious.
It begins Deutschland,
with the
über
burning
alles.
of the other ceremony, presided over by my racist uncle. No, what it is, it's this song that you used to sing when I was little, when you take your stocking up to bed, when you're going to bed. And I've never been able to find anyone else for whom this is the case.
Oh, no.
Would you, am I going to have to...
This is another of your mad childhood routines, habits, exercises.
So we'd be there. It's December 24th. We've sucked all the insects off the ground that our hearts could make room for.
We each don our black hooded cloak. Take
Christmas cloak,
one fire torch each.
You break one limb off the ceremonial Christmas goose and hold it aloft. And then the song goes like this. Are you ready? Shall I sing it or just say the words?
No, you must sing it.
I'm interested to know if you've heard this set to any other music.
I'm going to tell you now that I have not.
You might know the tune from something else though. Okay, here it goes. It's not that, it's going to be underwhelming because it's just a very normal, happy Christmas song. It goes, it's Christmas Eve and Santa Claus will bring our gifts tonight. Hey, I added that bit. We'll hang our stockings on our beds and wait until it's light. Then there's this bit where if I was going to stage this, I would have everyone turn in kind of pantomime interrogative fashion to someone else in the building and say, I wonder what he'll bring for you. And then the other way, they'd turn like 180 the other way. And what he'll bring for me. But there's no use in wondering. We'll have to wait and see. And that is all. The amount of time it takes to sing that song is the exact amount of time it takes to go up 2 flights of stairs into your room. And then you just close the door and that's it. That's the end of Christmas. Now,
and when
give me
he comes into our rooms and watches as we sleep, we can only hope the trauma will not be that deep.
Anyway, what did you think of that? Is it something you've heard before then?
No, of course
Is it a tradition you'd like to bring into our cohabitation?
It feels like something that your parents did as a kind of hypnosis.
It is odd, isn't it? But it actually predates my parents. It comes from my grandparents.
The Druids.
That's them. It comes from the earth. They're very core. The Beaker people. I mean, they did all sorts for this country, let me tell you. So yeah, that's probably standing at the bottom of the stairs, preparing to blast that out into the ether.
Did you do a proper little march as well?
Oh, of course.
Because you actually love doing a march.
A march, do I?
Yeah, you always do it.
When?
Whenever you're at all excited.
Do I march?
Or even when you're pretending to be excited, you march.
I'm very
I
mobile.
remember it was a
my
big
joy.
theme in the film trunk videos. You continuing to march.
You can view that. No, actually, I'm not going to say where. We're having a no plugs episode for Christmas.
Oh,
That's our
nice.
gift to you.
But you guys know, yeah.
Just listen to any other episode. It'll be there. Don't worry about it. Look, I've got a quiz for us to do. You know how we like quizzes.
I'm on board.
Where better than Christmas to bring that thrusting back into our lives? It's on Quiblo. I'm sorry to say. It was written by Rachel Girl 95. 2,504 people have taken it so far with an average rating of 3.3 out of 5. What's your Christmas personality?
Oh,
Already, I'm interested in the question because I've not heard of the term Christmas personality as distinct from just your normal personality.
No.
So I'm curious as to what Rachel Girl is going for here. But she provides a little, not clarification, but kind of an extra caveat in the description. What type of Christmas personality are you, she says. If you're not Christian, you can still take the quiz. So that's good. That's the spirit. Of,
that lets us know what sort of quiz we're in for. Okay,
that's nice, isn't it? It's like egalitarian. We're all equal. As long as you know that you are less than Christian, you can just take it anyway. But know that you're kind of below in the hierarchy.
Exactly.
It's 8 questions long.
Hit me.
It's multiple choice, of course, and I think, as is often the case, what they've chosen for the multiple choice answers are A, so far removed from any choice I would ever offer freely,
good.
and B, just so specifically telling about the person, about Rachel Girl 95. Number 1, what do you like best about Christmas? The smell of the tree, the rustling of gift wrap, that Jesus was born, or nothing. Imagine nothing coming out after so banal a trio of options.
It's so clearly aimed to get you to think, well, surely it has to be Jesus. You can't say
that
either
just
the other
the
three
rustling.
over Jesus.
The rustling of gift wrap has got to be the most banal.
I'm going to say the rustling of gift wrap.
Wow.
Because
have you remembered that Jesus was born is there as well, though?
That Jesus was born isn't hugely important to me. And
he's done
also,
a lot for this country.
Also, he wasn't born then anyway, so it doesn't...
Oh, true,
it's
that's
a bit of a lie. And I'm not going to say nothing because that would be too telling.
That would be to admit a serious personal defeat. And it's not even Christmas Day.
That would be to take my own realizations about this pinball machine far too close to the bone.
Number 2, what present would you like best? Video games? A book? Something special? Or number 4, I don't like Christmas, all in caps.
Oh, I'm going to say a book.
Not something special.
Well, no.
What doesn't that being an option?
I mean, yeah, it is a sad option.
Because if that's an option, it means that the book isn't special, doesn't it? It would have to be a really boring book.
Yeah, I suppose they mean something unique that I haven't put on this quiz because my imagination only stretches to 2 things.
A plus 1 random shout.
I really don't like big presents.
Do you not?
No.
Why?
I have, because I think it's partly...
Can never live up to the pinball.
Well, yeah.
Your whole life has been footnotes to pinball.
Been searching for that high ever since. I think it's a combination of 3 things. Mm-hmm. One of them is thriftiness.
Yeah.
If you get a big...
Cheap.
Yeah. If you get a big present, then you're probably getting fewer presents, which means the things I want, I have to buy more of them.
Mm.
So there's that.
What about selling the big present, though, and then paying for other presents?
Well, then I suppose you're still running at like a 0, and also that's more effort.
Mm.
Secondly, I like opening lots of things rather than one thing to be excited about, because I'm really bad at like the whole appearing grateful even when I am thing anyway. So if I had to muster it all up for one, it would be the most sarcastic, condescending
present.
Wow, thanks guys.
Great.
Whereas with like lots of small things, I can be like, yes, thanks very much.
Do you have to
And
come up
here
with a
we go.
different little like
Nope.
affirmation after each one? Like, thanks, great.
No,
good
I
work."
often do it so that when I open a gift, I as soon as I can afterwards give a gift,
Oh, nice.
and
You're
then
deflecting.
I'm like, yeah, exactly.
the Christmas deflection.
And I suppose the third is that I don't really want big things. I prefer like books. That's mostly it.
I don't know about that. I think you're not daring to dream big. If I got you a full-size air hockey table, you're telling me that you'd rather have 4 books.
I'd rather have
Get
some Penguin
out.
classics.
Okay.
Okay, so what have I've said so
You've
far?
said
So the rustling
a
of
book.
gift paper and a book.
Yeah. So far you're standing like paper is the theme for Christmas for you.
It's big. It's a big time
Yeah.
for paper.
Let's see if that continues. Number 3, what character are you most like? Now, I do understand why they've chosen these characters, but, well, you'll see.
Are
Number
you
1,
is it that I'm not terribly like any of them?
it's not so much that. It's just that there's really a lack of imagination gone into
Okay.
the 4 options here, especially as one of them is just, I don't know.
Is it Wise Man 1, Wise Man 2, Wise Man 3? I don't know.
Attendant sheep. No, we've got Snoopy, the Grinch, IDK, I don't know, rather than like a Death Knight, and Santa himself. Now, if you're going to say Santa, you'd have to be a serious narcissist to say that you are Mr. Christmas himself.
Right. Okay. And that's a judgment coming from the man who has, I'd say, in 20% of our
I've already
episodes, compared himself to God. God himself. I'm going to go with Father Christmas.
Are you? Why?
Yeah.
Tell me why not Snoopy.
Well, I'd rather tell you why Father Christmas. Snoopy, I was thinking, until the last one, it was going to be Snoopy.
Okay.
It's going to be Snoopy.
But
But
you'd already ruled out Grinch straight away.
yeah, I had ruled out Grinch because I do love Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. But doesn't the Grinch love Christmas in a way? It's just that he doesn't understand how to deal with it.
He's more famous, though, for not loving it.
That's just a misnomer. That's like how Jack the Ripper, more famous for all that murder. No one gives a fuck about his poetry.
Painting.
So that's just because people haven't followed
But
the
if you think
story.
like for 90%, at least 90%, I'd probably close to like 98% of Grinch lore.
Yeah.
He hates Christmas. So
But that's just like Scrooge because he ends up loving Christmas.
yeah, but
more
also
than
if you but Scrooge is a word that we still use to mean
I
hating
know, and
Christmas and stingy.
I'm saying that it's offensive and that we
You're
should
saying
be a
they're
bit
not
more
getting a fair
open-minded.
cop.
Yeah, isn't the spirit of reconciliation essential to this season? I think we
thing-
should start using Scrooge to mean happy and Christmas loving.
The thing about Scrooge is that it's all well and good when he's a fictional character, but you know that if he were a real life person right now, and
Ghosts
he
and all.
and he suddenly on Christmas Day was like, oh, you know, I'm going to help all these people. You know that the majority of the internet would be like, well, this doesn't change anything. Like he's still a miserable like bastard.
If he had one
Look back on-
tweet about
Exactly.
bad Christmas, it would just be on the front page of Reddit for the rest of time.
Yeah, you know, there would be like Twitter would be all over him, like everyone getting sucked into forgiving Scrooge. Let's not forget how he's treated Tiny Tim and Bob Cratchit.
Yeah, people are like, unpopular opinion, it shouldn't take a ghost to make you love Christmas.
You should just love it anyway.
That'd be so good. I'd love
and
to
then
hear the edgy hot
Then
takes.
there'd be a response being like, yeah, but come on, like, we've got to forgive people and give second chances. Like, yeah, but I don't think that this one turn, I mean, come on, one night of ghosts and suddenly he loves Christmas. I don't buy it. It's probably an angle.
And then we get stuff that was like, this is why the left will never take power. You just spend all your time attacking each other. You should be focusing your resources outwards. Okay, so that's fair. I can see that argument. Snoopy, I guess he's a bit, I don't know. He's kind of enigmatic, Snoopy, isn't he?
He's a bit silent.
What
unless
are his
it's the musical.
personality traits?
Like sleeping on sheds.
He's also very adventurous. Let's not forget that.
Does do that. But I'm overweight. I have a beard.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of alcohol. I like giving presents.
Yeah, and you can fly.
I can
You're
fly.
quite jolly.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Santa it is.
Okay.
Number 4 is more
I've got a slave population
of little elves.
beholden
That's
to
them.
me.
Just making wooden toys, despite the fact that people only want Roblox credits this year.
People just want Bitcoin.
That's what I'm giving my kids. They're going to open their stocking. Here you go, lads. It's 0.0001 Bitcoin. Do you have a Christmas tree in your home? Yes. No. And then the third option is no again.
And the fourth option is sort of. Yes.
Okay. Now, question 5. There's a real follow-on here, which I appreciate from quiz constructor Rachel. What's under your tree, the aforementioned tree?
Okay, yeah.
Fake snow. Presents.
No.
A few presents. Don't have a tree.
This is an amazing quiz.
It's such a poor, the thought process.
Someone
so
had
shamefully
the
bad.
idea and then had nothing to
None of
back
the
it
follow
up.
through.
It's like many of our plans.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe we wrote this.
I am
While we were
Rachel Girl
drunk.
95.
Presents, a few presents.
I love I don't have a tree.
tree.
You could have put a bit of logic that was if you said no to the last one, just don't ask question 5.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say a few presents. I don't even think there are at the moment because that all happens overnight.
You're
when
not,
Santa
you're not
comes.
lying on Quiblo.
No, I'm not lying.
No.
Normally there's one or two under there.
Okay,
now.
so you're saying this is what I would normally have this.
Yeah,
what
this
I'm
is it.
hoping
Yeah,
will
I haven't actually seen today, so
But you're not misrepresenting the
not
Christmas
No,
truth.
I wouldn't lie on about Christmas.
No, because that's probably they can
probably
hold
have to
that against
report
you.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
if I ever run for political office.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
that was the one thing.
That's how they take you down. It says here, Mr. Delane, on the 24th of December, you said
Scrolling.
a few presents when actually you didn't have a tree and you are most like Snoopy.
Scrolling past all of this extreme pornography, we find this Quiblo quiz where you seem to have
Especially problematic. How can you hope to represent your constituents with this approach to few? Number 6, there's a real curveball here, and this was on a new page as well. Number 6, trivia.
Freester. Oh, right. Okay.
What colour boots does Santa wear? White, brown, black. There is no Santa.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's a dark last one, but I'm going to have to go with black.
Yeah?
Anyone who
Any
says
particular
differently
reason?
is very wrong.
Yeah, I guess. He's not going to go around wearing white boots in the snow. You'd think his legs had vanished.
And brown doesn't really go with red. So, and he's a fashionable guy. And at least Mrs. Claus certainly is. So.
Yeah, she's a fashionable guy. Number 7. Christmas is... So this is a complete sentence type question.
Yeah, I got
Christmas is a way to get off from school. A way to have fun off from school. Cool or a holiday.
Oh, definitely C. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, Christmas is
Yeah,
cool. Is that
of
your
course it
motto?
is.
Reason
Yeah.
for the season. Okay, well, you're going to love question 8, the last one they close out with. It's a true or false. Snow is cool? Question mark. True, false.
True.
Now, you're not making a pun out of this, are you? Because I will disqualify that answer.
No, I'm not.
Okay. That sounded like a question, though. I need you to be quite sure.
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. Well, let's submit your answer and see what we get. Ooh, well, I don't think you're going to like it, if I'm honest.
No.
It's a one-word hyphenated phrase thing.
God.
What's your Christmas personality? Your results. Greedy present taker. Do you celebrate the religious part or give to others? Try to do that this Christmas instead of just receiving presents.
Sorry.
So they've
Sorry.
kind of had a
I
go
was
at you
most
there.
like Santa, but I'm a greedy present taker and not a giver
Yeah.
of gifts.
Yeah, well, it's because your other answers are
I tell you
factored
what,
in as well,
Rachel
isn't it?
Girl 94, whatever the fuck your name was. How about you go
95?
shove yourself up your own arse?
Oh, well. Some of the people...
How's that for Christmas spirit?
Yeah, that's not on, actually. Some of the comments on the quiz are always fun. Just like Foxface says, religious, pretty true. We learn in church that Christmas is Jesus' birthday. I teach little kids about the true meaning of Christmas, which is that God loves us and we should worship him on Christmas. Still get gifts, though. So, really taking a holistic approach
Some
to
real
the season.
cognitive dissonance there. Thank you.
Country Princess 15. Yes, I got religious Christmas. I love my friends echoes your sentiment. I am not a greedy present taker. Just because we have presents under our tree doesn't mean I'm greedy. I'm sorry, but I don't think this was a very fair quiz.
I only said a few presents. I didn't say there was like loads of presents under there.
Yeah, in fact, Stevie Ray Johnson, that's so not true. I love Christmas and I'm like the least greedy person I know because I don't even ask for anything.
I'm the least greedy person I know is the worst.
I mean, yeah, on the whole, people are not very happy. I'm not a greedy present taker, totally not true. More like spirit of festivities. They're offering their own category there. So I guess you're not alone in having found it problematic. I'm sorry for bringing it into your life. And
no. Well, I mean, you should be. Yeah, I just wanted to, I was about trying to get up the Christmas content that I had. Because I did have it open on my phone, but I opened it up to an unrelated but incredible tweet.
Okay.
Which is, my one goal as a paleontologist is to find the basin-shaped reptile that all bathtubs with clawed feet are based on. My children have never known a father's arms.
That's a great end. That's such a good final sentence. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays, we should say.
We should.
Okay.
And I'm very sorry for all of my coughing.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Dying.
That's the reason for the season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Because it's probably like, I don't know, someone would have got a cold from that manger. So, in a way, it's an homage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you've got some Christmas content.
Look, I have. Look, it wouldn't be Christmas if we didn't stop by to see what our favourite blogger thought of the holidays.
That's very true.
And so what I have here, Danielle, almost as if she knew we were doing this special.
Maybe she does.
Well, she knew 17 days in advance then because on the 7th...
earlier than we knew.
I know. On the 7th of December, she posted a blog titled Christmas Movies.
Ah, okay.
So, are we ready?
Yes, I am ready.
It's time to get in your winter PJs, make hot snacks and cuddle up under your fur throw.
Seems pretty early, December 7th, isn't it?
Switch the TV on, and what are you going to watch? Probably Come Dine With Me.
True Christmas.
Chris Tarrant's Railways Around
Tarrant
Israel.
tries to solve the Middle East via the railway medium.
Here are my top 5 Christmas films, brackets, in no particular order.
That's such a cop-out.
Because I love all Christmas films way too much, so they are all number.
Okay.
And here we go. So they're all number 1.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm there.
1. The Grinch.
Okay. Does she have a little explanation?
She does.
She better have.
I know he's mean and hairy and smelly. His hands... his hands...
What she doesn't know is that he's fictional.
His hands are cold and clammy, but I think he's kind of sweet. If Cindy Lou says so, then it must be true.
That's a bad way to live, isn't it?
Cindy Lou Who probably...
It's called Christmas, not Cindy Loomis, Danielle.
Imagine if, like, Dr. Seuss had released, you know, like, or there were some unreleased pages, and in a later book he had planned for adults, Cindy Lou turned out to be a massive racist.
Yeah. Cindy Lou justifies the Holocaust.
And if Cindy Lou says so, then it must be true.
Wow.
This film is a family favourite of mine.
That's not a family.
It's so good.
A family of one.
We use this film to start to the countdown to Christmas. Always after fireworks night. That's the... What?
Hell,
our official Christmas countdown.
That's a fucking month and 20-day countdown.
It's so heartwarming and perfect to watch with the family.
Oh.
Number 1. Elf.
Okay, I'm on board. Zoe Deschanel.
Santa, I know him. Literally such a heartwarming film. Seeing a theme here.
Imagine if it was literally heartwarming.
Just feel your chest burning. Every time I watch it, the funny bits seem to get funnier. And then there's one of those cry with happiness moments.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
It's also an easy watch.
Unlike the challenging Grinch saga.
It's like a Werner Herzog
Schindler's List.
documentary.
It's like sitting through Dunkirk at half speed.
Still
Next
good
to a
for
war veteran
still a family favourite.
of mine.
I do presume that it being an easy watch is, if not just a preference, but a necessity for Danielle. I love to watch this one in my Christmas jumper.
That makes no difference to your watching experience, may I confirm?
None.
No.
None. One.
This one thing is such bullshit. Just
Home
pick
Alone.
an order. Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Right.
It's
you think
it's one
just
word.
the one word?
It's just the one word.
Oh, yeah.
Always a good shout. Mm-hmm. No matter which one you watch. So she hasn't even picked one, it seems.
This is lazy.
Kevin is the real life version of Denise the Menace.
Of what?
Well, I mean, she's tried to say Dennis the Menace, but
How
she
has
spelled
she spelled it?
Dennis with just the one N,
Okay.
and then Menace
Like Denny.
is MENAS.
Denis Menard. It's like a French post-structuralist.
Denis Le Menard.
Bonjour, Denis Menard. Okay. He's so Kevin, the fictional Home Alone character, is the real life version
of a different
fictional
from a different medium.
Right.
But I think this next bit's going to be your favourite part of the entire list. It's certainly one of mine.
Okay.
Kevin is the real life version of Denis Le Menard. And clue in the title, he gets left alone at home.
Clue in the title, he was the Lord of the Rings. Clue in the title, guys.
He was Harry Potter
There's
and
goblets
the
of fire all
Philosopher's
over the place. Wow. That's a lovely approach to a title to say as a puzzle waiting to be solved. What could it mean?
The title was just so relevant.
He was both home and alone, apart from all those burglars. Now, what could that be?
He's such a cheeky chappy, and you will grow to love him. If
As
you're
if we
looking,
hate him at the start.
if you're looking
As if he's
for
an
a-
anti-hero.
he's like Satan in Paradise Lost.
It's actually, the film sets up that he was left alone on purpose to be burnt down in an insurance scam because he's a real pariah in his family. And then Joe Pesci unknowingly saves the day. That'd be a great film.
If you're looking for a longer film to snug up on the sofa too, this is the one.
That's because she thinks they're all one film.
Yeah.
A longer film refers to Home Alone 1, 2. Is there a 3?
P.S. I think the second one is my fave.
Can't remember which
So
is
I like
which.
that she's specified
But only
in a
at the
list
end.
where they're all number one.
Yeah. Wow.
Number one, Arthur Christmas.
Well, that's just wrong, isn't it?
I really like Arthur Christmas.
It's not top 5 material in any
Probably
stretch.
not top 5. Also, you spell it with a U, not an E, as
Arthur Christmas.
Danielle has continued to do.
Right.
Arthur is my spirit animal, even though he's definitely a person. He is super clumsy and is obsessed with Christmas. Mm-hmm. This film is a Christmas adventure with super cute and loving characters. Brackets, for example, Santa and his family.
Oh, Santa. I know him. He is loving.
It has a modern feel. Great things
That'll
about
be
a film
because it
released in
came
the
out
last
in
5 years.
2014 or something. What a funny thing to say.
And it's great to explain to kids how Santa works.
It's like a how-to guide.
I love the idea that that must be how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. This
Well,
was
I
a
think so.
documentary.
Yeah.
Santa is like Bond. And then number one.
Yep.
Now, my favourite thing about number one is that it's
come
not
7 times.
It's not a film.
What?
Number one, Scrooge.
Right.
Everyone has the one classic Christmas film that they love, and this is mine. There are so many versions, but I generally love them all.
No.
Always one that leave you thinking about your own life and makes you appreciate everything.
Are there that many versions? I can think of 2. The
Of
Alec
what?
Guinness one. That's total just madness where he goes to hell. Have you seen that film?
Yes.
Yeah, really upsetting. And there's that bad song about like, I like life, life likes me. La, 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 la. It sounds like the Victoria Wood song about da 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 da.
Oh yeah, Pam.
What's that called? Pam. Yeah.
Pamela
I think
Patricia.
it's actually might be the same tune. There's that one. Then there's the one from about 30 years later. What are the others?
There's Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, that's the one I mean. I can only think
there's
of those two.
Muppets. There's the
That
animated.
doesn't count as
There's
Scrooge.
the animated Jim Carrey one.
Oh, stop it. So she just loves, there's something about the Christmas Carol story that she
Yeah, but
finds.
she couldn't actually remember
Identify.
that that's what it was.
No.
So she just called it Scrooge.
Okay. Well, I can't say that I agree wholeheartedly with this list.
She has said at the bottom, though, I would love to hear your favourite Christmas film. So
Okay.
what's yours?
Probably, I don't know, we were thinking about this the other day. It might be Muppets Christmas Carols.
I
Probably.
think it has to
It's
be.
the one
doesn't
that
it?
jumps out. But I also do love the first Santa Claus film and the second Santa Claus film. I also love
What about
to
the
watch the
third
Polar
with
Express.
Jack Frost?
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that. I love to watch the Polar Express every year because it's a sheer nightmare of a film that
Oh, it's
encompasses so
genuine
many
horror.
different things that scare me. It's as if the director had a pipeline into my subconscious and was like, how many different Tom Hanks characters can haunt your dreams for the next year, the next calendar year? What about the bit where they all start singing for only once in the whole film?
No, let's not, because
It's like the thing that we haven't watched yet, but we will. There's a film called Chillerama that I put on around Halloween, which is an anthology film. And one of the parts of it is called The Diary of Anne Frankenstein. And the only joke I remember from it, other than the title, is it's all done in this like 1920s sort of silent movie style. And there's one bit, it's trying to, like, the comedy comes from the fact that the film is played quite straight and it is ridiculous. Just in the concept alone. And there's this one amazing bit where one of the characters turns to the camera and gestures wildly and does like a about to sing face, and then it just cuts like they were like they toyed with making it a musical, and they were like, actually no, that's really tasteless
quite
for this story. It's such a good joke. But that's like the same thing in Polar Express. Like, they have one song, they had to hire someone in to write. It's like they had a musical there and then realized that if anything it just augmented the essential terror of the piece.
Like,
It's so odd.
also like that bit in the Holy Grail where there's the son who's due to get married, and he just, all he wants to do is like be an actor or something. It's like, oh, it just makes me so happy. I'd love to sing. It's like, no, stop that. None of that. Like, the music swells. It just keeps like butting in and cutting out. None of that singing now. No, none of that.
Oh dear. Well, thanks Danielle for the update. I mean, happy Christmas and all that. She's been good to us in this calendar year of podcasting, hasn't she?
Oh, I've been an absolute treasure.
She's a
trove.
real source of
I'm
all
looking
sorts.
forward to hopefully a New Year's resolution.
Yes, I think the January blog scene is at its most sickening brilliance. So we'll have to hop aboard that. I've got a story, and then I think we should get out of town. Everyone settle down in your armchairs now. You've got your Christmas jumper on, like Danielle, from November 5th onwards.
Definitely.
Feel that cozy Christmas vibe emanating from the fireplace or whatever, like Netflix fire-based animation you've put on to generate some sense of homeliness, and sit down as we listen now to First Christmas on Earth, a fan fiction by an author whose name is The One We Live In Now. Summary.
Okay.
I just want to tell you where we're going with this first, and then we'll get in. Thor and Loki are on Earth at Christmas time, and Thor thinks they should celebrate. Unfortunately, and this is where the tension comes in, you'll notice.
Unfortunately.
Loki doesn't really understand what a gift is.
Right.
Now, just to warm you up to it as well, obviously the fandoms, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Avengers, Thor, all of that. Some of the tags, we've got Christmas, Gods on Earth, the tag that I can only assume has been used once in the history of tagging, which is Loki doesn't know how to gifts work. Then we have cute, Loki's kinda evil, true love. It takes a turn for the last two with gay, and sibling incest. So it's got it all. It's the classic recipe for Christmas, isn't it?
It's the classic winter's tale. It's basically
tale as old as time.
It's basically the family-friendly kind of another Scrooge parody.
Yeah.
They're always ending like that, aren't they? Remember the Muppets one? I think Michael Caine nearly got arrested for that.
For what he did to Jim Henson. Here we go. First Christmas on Earth. It's short, it's sweet, it's in, it's out in many ways. They don't have Christmas on Asgard, spelt like mouth guard. But since they are on Earth, Thor thought it would be a good idea to maybe try it out. Loki seemed up for it, but Thor's starting to
He makes it sound like local cuisine.
Yeah, he seemed up
sushi.
for it. Loki seemed up for it, but Thor is starting to realise that he didn't quite grasp the concept when the tense is baffling. But I guess that might be part of it because they're gods, aren't they? So they probably can manipulate
transcend time.
He's starting to realise that he didn't quite grasp the concept when he arrives at Thor's door covered in blood with a huge smirk on his face. "What did you do?" Thor asks in fear. "I got you a Christmas present." Loki smiles and gestures for Thor to follow him outside.
You really captured the Tom Hiddleston.
Thank you, that's what I was going for. Thor follows Loki and sees a pile of, just guess. Don't overthink it, you'll get it.
Children.
Probably dead bodies outside.
Okay.
He looks shocked and slaps Loki's arm in annoyance at his brother's inappropriate, quote, present. Wow. Lampooning presents there. "Why? Why would you think I would want you to kill people?" Thor
This is the allegory that Dickens was too subtle to write.
Yeah, pretty much. Thor tries to keep his voice calm so as not to provoke Loki to further violence. "You're so stupid, Thor. You present is the bodies," Loki laughs.
Oh,
What?
You Loki, you silly
What's
one.
he like? "What is it then?" "It's the message on the wall. Look up." Thor looks up to see Loki has written, "Happy Christmas, brother. Love, Loki." In the blood of all the dead on the wall above their bodies.
He's right, that is nice. That is much nicer.
It's lovely, isn't it? Thor doesn't know how to react to this, so he
he fucks him.
he just stares at the message with his mouth open.
Oh. Oh, does he now? Now that I don't know a lot about gay incest.
Sibling incest tag.
among superheroes, but that feels like an invitation if ever there was one.
Loki takes his silence as a positive. May we just point out in this
Your
Christmas
Honour.
time, work Christmas parties, there's going to be like New Year bashes. Let's just
Silence
firmly put out
is the
silence
opposite
is
of
not a
consent.
positive. Just keep that in mind. That's the TAS Christmas message. The Queen will be saying something similar, I'm sure.
We can get that put on a cushion. I think.
Loki takes his silence as a positive and... Well, what they've meant to say is wraps his arm, but in fact they've said, and warps his arm around Thor's waist, whispering, "I knew you'd love it." Imagine warping your arm around someone's waist. Thor runs a hand over Loki's head and plays with his hair from where he is still wrapped on him, looking at his blood artwork. I don't have any idea what that meant.
Is the thrust that they've always both been up for this? This wasn't the initial seduction, like this has happened before.
Yeah, don't know. But it certainly implies
There's
not
probably
a lot of groundwork, is there?
there's probably some canon that we're not familiar with.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I get the sense
feel
that
like
we've dived into something we weren't equipped to do. Can I just say, this was published today, this story.
Really?
Yeah, I've only just found that out. It was published today.
Oh, at
How
least someone's
fucking
working
amazing.
hard over the Christmas holidays to write this story just for us and the police.
That's just lovely, isn't it, that they do that? Okay. Where was I? I've just climbed out the tab. Okay, there we go. Thor, what was he doing? He warps his arm. He's playing with his hair. Oh, yeah, looking at his blood artwork.
Oh, nice.
Well, it was nice of Loki to try, Thor supposes. Thoughts on that? You agreeing with him there or no?
Nice on Loki to try. Well, I suppose it's the thought that counts. They always say that, don't they? So, I mean, he's probably just so assimilated into British culture. Well, in fact, he's going out with like Natalie Portman.
Oh, that's
like
true.
British
actually.
Natalie Portman. Is he? No, she's American in it, isn't she?
I don't know. I've really like blanked out those
They're near
films.
London in the second one, I think, at one point. So
Yeah, so
there's
she might
that.
be.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, here
So
we
he's
go.
so assimilated with that British culture that he maybe has a tangential relation to, that he's like too embarrassed to say your gift's shit.
And you've
I'm
killed
reporting you.
to all the authorities. Okay.
Getting my buddy Hulk down.
Well, it was nice of Loki to try, Thor supposes. Shame he didn't properly grasp the concept of what makes a gift and what makes a crime scene, but as the Midgardians say, it's the though that counts.
Oh.
No, not quite as pithy as they meant. Did we turn on the heat? He asks. And Thor cracks his eye
Such a
open.
lazy little impetus.
Thor cracks his eye open is horrible.
Oh, what do you mean?
He cracks
It's
his
not
eye
a bottle
open.
of beer.
And rolls out from under the sweaty arm Thor has thrown possessively over his waist. That's the most disgusting
hell.
image.
Nothing's ever made me less aroused.
No, I don't believe so. Why do you ask? I'm melting, Loki whinges, sitting up and gathering his sweat-damp hair at the base of his neck. It feels like an Asgardian summer in here. Well, we did just perform some vigorous exercise, Thor teases suggestively, and then yelps when Loki gives him an elbow to the ribs. Imagine Loki. Thor yelping. Yeah. Loki swings his legs off the side of the bed, groaning a bit.
So, sorry, did you skip over
No, I've not.
the actual act?
No,
or
I've not
is this they've skipped over the act?
There's not even a ... This is just one contiguous piece.
Right, okay.
Loki swings his legs over the side of the bed, groaning a bit at the soreness in his thighs and lower back, and a strange new
good.
soreness in his groin that he writes off to Thor's earlier enthused fellatio session. Apparently was implied.
Imagine, like, trying to be tasteful, so you skip over the act itself.
Only to describe it as an enthused fellatio session. Oh dear.
Just in case somebody didn't get what was going on in your sibling incest fantasy between two very gay characters who just got out of bed. One's feeling sore and both are sweaty.
I'm going to take a cold shower, he declares, God Lily. God Lily.
Get
Before glancing over his shoulder at the King of Asgard, who is splayed out like a starfish in Loki's share of the bed. Oh,
Loki's share of the bed.
I suggest you do too if you don't want to wake up plastered to the sheets.
Oh, God.
Why do I have a feeling that you have ulterior motives in mind than just my comfort? His brother asks with a faint smirk. And Loki gives him the eye, which makes it sound like just
The eye
passed
that was
him one.
cracked open earlier.
This is great. This is one of the great lines of Loki that I can't remember if it was in any of the Joss Whedon Marvel films, but tell me if it
Probably a
rings a bell with you.
Stanley original.
Fine, go to bed covered in cum. See if I care. Oh,
Go to bed. See if I care.
see if I give a fuck. Splayed out like a starfish.
Go to bed covered in cum. See if I care. He uttered God Lily.
Now this paragraph
Imagine
makes
God saying that. Like Christ. Christ said that to Mary Magdalene once. He was like, I'm going for a shower. You go to bed covered in cum.
didn't
if
have
you
a
want.
shower in those
Wake
days.
up.
Don't blaspheme on Christmas
Wake up.
Eve.
Wake up plastered to the sheets for all I care.
The constant heat, his sorcery, the odd, persistent ache in his abs, they all began to make sense, and Loki watches in horror as blue begins to eat at his fingertips. He's not going to be able to keep up his Aesir skin for much longer. The worst part is this constant gaping ache he feels inside of him.
I was very worried when he
Well,
said
prepare to
constant.
become worried once more. like something is missing. Loki's not so far gone that he doesn't recognise the irony in his situation as he rocks against the 3 slick fingers he has pushed inside of his newest orifice.
His newest.
He got it for Christmas. Thanks, Thor. I've got you these corpses. What have you got me? Why, brother? Hot off the shelves.
Thor has literally torn him a new one.
He spent...
that phrase has never been used literally.
Oh, dear. He's spent nearly every night of the past few weeks with Thor so far inside him that he can feel it in his throat. And now he needs Thor-like air. Needs him so deep that he fills up every empty corner Loki has. The dolt is nowhere to be found. I was going to call him Loki. Loki curls his fingers and brushes something inside of him that sends him hurtling over the edge, coming with a cry of Thor's name. Thor! Just like that, I imagine. Now, look, I'm going to skip over some of the more troubling dialogue sections.
How much longer is there to go?
I'll be honest, it's a saga, so let's just skip to the very end and see how they wrap all of this up.
Oh my god.
Basically what happens, just to give you a sense of the intervening period, is for 1,500 words they just fucking excruciating detail.
Should we apply to put this on somewhere?
At the Dominion.
Yeah.
See if we can do it after they've put on their Year of Chinese Dance Theatre.
We should take it to the Fringe. Imagine this at Bedlam.
I've been hit, Thor wails, and Loki thinks he sees his brain with how hard he rolls his eyes into the back of his head. Oh, woe is me, the pain, the indignity, tell my brother I love him. And Thor goes limp, tongue lolling out of the side of his mouth like a great beast. Your child, Loki says, but can't stop the heat that pulls in his cheeks at the truth he finds in Thor's theatrics. He's right here, why don't you tell him yourself? It takes a moment, but Thor slowly sits up. Face now earnest and sombre. He reaches out and carefully takes the mostly empty plate of food and sets it to the side before twining his fingers, I don't know with what, the tips of which are now starting to melt. Okay.
Okay.
I do, Thor says softly. Love you, that is. Loki has to swallow the lump that's formed in his throat, which he writes off to ridiculous Jotun biology and its emotional bonds. And you, he says after a while. The most he can give to Thor right now. His brother seems to know this and accepts it, face splitting into a sunny grin as he brings his mouth into Loki's own. Loki's Jotun visage begins to melt little by little as time passes. Thor had stayed for their traditional post-coital nap before needing to return to the main room to meet with Heimdall. Isn't that Idris Elba? Yeah. Promising he'd be swift and return with more food. He's barely dozing off when he hears his door slide open again. Exhausted, Loki stays curled up, eyes closed as he listens to the sound of Thor shuffling around the room, discarding armour and clothing alike until the bed dips with his weight. An arm curls possessively around Loki's waist, and he doesn't complain as he's pulled back into a warm, bare chest. So how many times a year does this happen? You going on heat, I mean, Thor murmurs against his hair, and Loki snorts weakly, batting at Thor's arm with a hand. Go to sleep, Thor. The end.
Fuck me.
Now, if that's not the reason for the season,
if that's not the Christmas spirit incarnate,
then I don't know what you're hoping for from That's a Shame. Look,
wow,
it's been
what
quite
a special.
Yeah, quite a holiday season. From all of us, by which I mean both of us at That's a Shame, we'd like to wish you, wouldn't we, Declan, a happy holiday season. I'm saying holiday there because I'm just agree with the war on Christmas. I think it's quite funny. So enjoy that. Anything you'd like to say to the listeners to kind of conjure a Christmas vibe before we get out?
Yeah, no, I hope that on this single day of the year, if on no other, we have been able to provide you with some small moment of warm comfort and seemingly cum-filled joy in an hour away from the horror of your own families.
I know. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're putting it out on Christmas Day. We want to give you some respite. It's much needed and much deserved. Thank you. And, in the spirit of Christmas, we extend all of our love outwards, don't we? Let's do it now. There it goes, winging its way across the world into your hearts. Have a lovely day or week or whatever it is, and we'll see you next time. Happy Christmas.
Bye.
The bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. The bare necessities of life will come to you. For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder, my new home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. The bare necessities of life will come to you.